I shouldn't be muted. I need to be unmute. Hello, hello. Let me play this sound again. What's this for a start? Now we're talking. Welcome everyone to day 97 of 100 days of code. We just discovered that the 1st of January is going to be extra special. And today we have some very cool stuff for you. Mr. Leon Andersen is here with us, and he's going to walk us through his designs for his upcoming personal blog that he's creating. So, Leon Andersen, how are you doing?
Hello, hello. Doing good, doing good. Yeah, looking forward to the blog. I think it's cool to share the process of creation from start to finish. And yeah, I started the whole process by designing it first in Photoshop because I have some experience in Photoshop, and to me it feels really good to have a clear picture of what I want. So what we can see here is the homepage basically, which is directly the overview of all the articles is what already. See that the sound is not that great, I noticed, because I have my headset. Test, test, test. All right, so back with some audio. So yeah, in this overview, what you don't see yet because it's static is that, for example, when you hover over the individual titles, they will be they will change the color. I will experiment if they get like the colors from above, or if they maybe just get gray, or if they all get purple, the main color basically of my name title there, as well when hovering. And hovering over the individual links on the nav bar will make them white while hovering. And once you click them, for example, I mean, if you go further, we don't see a click on the nav bar, but a click on the basically. Wait, that's too fast.
You know the subscriber?
No, not yet. You spoiled it all. No, just one further. Exactly. That's what you see when you click on the. You're going to see when you click on one of the titles, which is basically the post view, which will be a Next.js folder with multiple sub pages of the individual posts then. And here you see that the colors in the nav bar have become white, except for the one that I'm basically on, which is the focus on blog. So basically the purple color is the association with the blog, with articles. And once you're basically on a sub page of an article, you're now in focus mode color wise. So all the other tabs are basically colorless. And then what I will do is when you hover over the individual navbar icons, they will have, while hovering over them individually, have the color they have on the homepage. And but before we do that, we can scroll further down, which is this page, where I have subscribe where I will build a subscription field for email, for an email list. And now basically the next press would be on the tools navbar link, which is a collection, or goes to a subpage of collections, or of a collection of a few tools that I'm working on. And as you can see now, all the other headers, all the other links in the navbar are white except for the one that I'm on. And yeah, that's the design and the main concept of the whole thing. But I have a little variation here that I have for tools different colors for each different header, just to give it a little to make it more playful on the tools page, where we don't need as much focus as on the blog page. And then the next one would be the about page, where you can see that I have the focus color again, the orange, the red orange on the about text, and then on the links for GitHub, Twitter, and email as well, which is basically the theme of this, or the focus theme of this subpage of my blog. The red thing is some personal information that I'm not sure if I want to share that. So we blurred that out for a moment, but you can expect everything except for the links and the about page to be white. Maybe something else in orange text as well, depending on what I will add there. But yeah, that's the color scheming here as well. Focus on the about page, as indicated by colors. And then we have, if we press the subscribe button, we see that it the subscribe button becomes red, which is its home color basically, and it will also show an email subscription input field, basically, or a text input field. And this is all marked in red. It's not that visible, but there is a difference between the red of subscribe and the orange of the about page, which you can see on the GitHub, Twitter, email links as well. There is a difference, and yeah, if you go one further, we can see that the same would apply if we press the subscribe button, subscribe link on the other sub pages as well. And yeah, that's basically the whole color scheme, and or the whole design concept. I'm pretty sure I will just stick with this font. To me, it looks, I mean, it's a default font in Photoshop, so I guess it's a let me check what the name is. Segowi UI. I will have to check if that's a commercially usable font, but I will. I'm pretty sure that will be the case. And yeah, I just like it. It looks very minimalistic, but still not too nerdy. Maybe a bit like Apple, like an Apple font. At least when I see the subscribe text up there, to me it looks like it could be of an Apple page. And yeah, there are a few things that I'm planning that might get executed in the next few weeks or months. For example, the speed reader or a speed reader function in Medium. We can, if you're familiar with it, you can basically trigger a text-to-speech feature to read the text to you. And what I want to implement is a speed reading function where you can basically let the article be shown to you in chunks of 1 to 3 words, each in a interval that you can set, so you can just focus on one point and then the intervals go on by themselves. So this is one thing that helps me a lot to read faster, because otherwise I would loop over sentences all the time. And yeah, I found this to be a very, very cool way to enjoy reading more. And I'm just curious how this is, how this would be as a feature for a blog, for articles, just basically as a learning opportunity. Probably I'm going to check if any of the open source speed reading packages that are out there can be reused, and if I understand the logic behind it, and yeah, I'll read through those first, check it out, and then I will see if it makes sense. And yeah, there are a few features I thought about, but let me go through it. Maybe yeah, stuff like a little timer that ticks, that shows you how much time you spent on my website already. I thought that could be just a fun feature, just for learning purposes. And but I really like the idea of being mindful of how much time we spend with different inputs we consume. So that could be a fun feature. And I thought a little bit about maybe using gradients as well instead of just plain colors. I don't care. Like, should be enough with the colors. I guess that's enough styling exercise. And oh yeah, and I'm going to see if I can implement some rudimentary Vim key bindings on the webpage, so you can scroll from article to article with HJKL. And I guess that could be possible with useref, with focus, and event listeners for that are listening for the specific keys, to do the focus management. That's my idea so far, but I will see. And oh yeah, and I want to sometime see if I can implement a sorting like a filtering feature on the main blog page, on the homepage, basically, where you can filter by category and or date, or maybe like importance score that I can give each individual post. And yeah, those are some of the ideas. We will see which of them will make sense and which I will implement. But yeah, looking forward to actually interact with this website. And yeah, that's my design. I basically did some, like, what brought me to this design is basically I looked at a few blogs that I think are nice to look at, and some programs that I like the design of. So in my case, that's some of the color choices are basically the same colors that I liked to use when I spend time with music production in one of the digital audio workstations that I work with, which has like a grayish background, and then you can color individual MIDI tracks or audio tracks in very colorful colors. And yeah, this is where I got the basic color scheming from, and the like where the where the links in the nav bar are positioned is a mix of overreacted and some other blocks that I looked at. And yeah, that's it so far. And we will see how people will like it. I like the look. And yeah, basically my approach is the approach of everything is a remix, where everyone is just standing on the shoulders of giants, and everything new is just a combination of stuff that came before, giving new perspectives and new flavors. And yeah, that's the way I'm going about it, and we will see how it goes. Looking forward.
Awesome. Yeah, I think it's a great approach. And one thing that's very important about it is creating a blog is one of the best things that you can do when you're new to programming, because blogs are pretty easy. Obviously, they're going to be a challenge for anyone who's new, because anything is going to be a challenge. But compared to something like a quote unquote real app where you have to take care of authentication, databases, and stuff like that, blogs are a lot easier. That's the first advantage, because you can host all of the data locally if you're using a technology like MDX, using something like Next.js and Vercel or GitHub Pages or something like that. Hosting is for free, and the architecture of everything is pretty easy, and you can then live out, just as Leon is doing it here, your design desires, your idea desires. And the second reason why building a blog is great as someone who just got into programming is because it's a tool that can give you credibility incredibly fast. What I mean by that is, if you make your blog open source at some point, people can read your code, people can see how you write code. And then if you build in public and you post about your progress, so let's say you build your about page and you build your first list of blog articles and the blog article detail page, but you haven't built your subscription button yet, you can immediately document how you're building the subscription button, capture your learnings in a blog post, and as you build more stuff and then write posts every now and then, you're either going to answer questions that other people have these days that are unanswered, because the reason why you had those questions and couldn't find answers easily is because maybe with the current resources, there's just not a good answer for a specific question. So you immediately will have unique, valuable content. And the second reason is that if you build in public and you show your progress and the things that you learn, then someone, when you later apply for jobs, can see how fast you learn, how you approach learning. So that's why building a blog when you're new to the game is one of the best things that you can do. That being said, anything else you want to share, Leon, before we end this?
Yeah, one thing I thought about sharing as well is that what I found really helpful to make this look very realistic already, just from the content of the page, is use ChatGPT to generate these fake blog articles. The full article, as well as like all these previews, basically, which I collected the titles from dev.to. I think that's the name. I collected some of the titles that I found interesting. I just gave it to ChatGPT and said, give it to me in this format with a little preview sentence. I could just use it, and instead of having lorem ipsum everywhere, I have like realistic mock-up, which felt really good while designing it. And that's just a little trick I found out.
Nice. Yeah, that is a very good trick. And it's always good to, in general, not only when designing a blog, but also when you're designing any other app that you might build in the future, if you use realistic test data, because that can unveil shortcomings or unearth shortcomings that your design might have. So yeah, very good technique. That being said, if you're watching the recording, join us live. It's always fun, and you can ask your questions in the comments. If you've watched live, feel free to tune in again, because we are streaming every day, and we are going to document now the creation of this blog, amongst other things. So thank you everyone for watching. This has been day 97 of 100 Days of Code with
Leon Andersen and my mentor,
LF Nil from 10x Dev, who also doesn't even have a blog up yet, but you can expect a lot more blog stuff coming from both of us. So thanks, and see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.